Hello, gamers, and welcome back into Timberborn. Um, Apologies if you can hear my PC screaming, because I am rendering a video right now as we play. So I should be able to get a gate on the audio, and hopefully you won't hear it. But anyway, let's pause. I took a little bit of time offline to start laying some stuff in. Just extending this thing. I'm leaving a section here so that the bad water can still spill out. So getting that extended, getting another wheel in here, you know, a little bit of work. That's gonna be a lot of work to get that all done. And I've redesigned this slightly. I'm going to bring the bad water out from the bottom. I just feel that it's going to work out a little bit better this way in terms of the ultimate goals. So I also started laying in these tunnels. So we're going to have these tunnels join up and come over here. They're going to drop down. Gonna drop down a tile and enter in this way right here. So that's the plan. I also laid in some lines for the, oh wait, yeah, this is the power line. So there's a couple places where the bad water is going to cross over the power line. Maybe more than a couple. So we'll need to put in some impermeable floors and stuff to make sure everything's nice and sealed up. And I also laid out this tunnel. We're gonna bring the bad water from here into there as well and just have a good amount of bad water coming through this channel, especially during the bad tides. So in order to do what I want to do over here, we need to get a different bad water source going. So I laid in some paths, and we're going to put another bad water discharge right here, and this will be our new bad water pumping source. It is close to the rest of the pumps over here, and we can put in some storage. Let's just go ahead and remove all of these trees. I don't care about birch. I really don't. We're flush on logs, so we can afford to just get rid of those. That will be our new bad water pumping station up there. So that's great. And what else did I do? I just filled in some more terrain over here, got some dynamite in, just sort of prepping to get this area how I want it to be, and laid in some more dynamite. I'm gonna do all this and see how that affects the contamination, because I believe the contamination is going to seep through here. We may end up putting our contamination barriers like all around here. Then we can get rid of them up here and redo our pathway kind of around this. I'd really like to get this cleaned up once this bad tide's over. So hopefully we remember to do that, because we're going to be focusing on this project today. As much as this really needs to be sorted out, I just haven't quite figured out how this is all going to look. So I'm part of me wants to rip this out and redo it, but I kind of like the scrappiness of it, the sort of organic nature of it. So we might end up keeping this for a while and just have our industry up here, and it might get moved later, but it's fine right now. We have way more plantable space than we're going to need for the food, and we've got a ton of plantable space over here, so this is not super important to rip this out. It may end up getting relocated, but for now it is totally fine. Threw in a storage for cassavas back there, and yeah, so let's get it moving, and we need to get down to this tunnel system. So our main path for the power is going to be here. So let's get some tunnels down like right here, and we'll just throw some triple dynamites in for now. And that is not going to get us as far down as we need to be. But I'm thinking just a spiral staircase right here all the way down will be pretty good. Yeah, I'd love to get more tubeways in, but I feel that I just need to have a better visual on this before I can decide. I'm thinking to have the tubeways kind of go around this, but because I don't really have the space I want for them to be able to put the farmhouses here, so maybe the farmhouses go around the outside, but then there's this whole mess to deal with, so I don't know. There's still some tweaks to do on that. Okay, so anything over here we want done, it needs to be prioritized because we've got a million other projects for them to work on. Let's get the speed cranked up and start getting some stuff done. So I'm gonna have the water coming out the top. I haven't sealed these in yet because we're gonna need to get over here and build all this, which I will figure out how to get over there and build all that soon. Let's just get down to our tunnel network first. And let's just throw another triple in. I don't know if we need it. It's fine. We'll throw them in and figure it out. So that gets down almost. So maybe another one or two, and we'll be maybe probably just one, and then we'll be there. Cool. Oh, right. Priorities. If I was smarter, I would have made everything low priority except for the stuff we're doing. But alas, that is not the case. And I do think we're going to end up chopping the rest of these trees down. We're going to end up chopping the rest of these trees down and moving them to a different location. Cool. Yeah, lots of stuff for them to do. So let's see, let's come back over here. Yeah, we're gonna be a little bit of lag this episode because of the whole rendering thing going on right now. Let's just put in singles and see how does that get us down? Not quite. Doubles? Yeah, and then that should be fine. Can get rid of that and that. Okay. Prioritize again. So yeah, come in here. We'll blast all this. Put in our power lines. We're gonna grab them from right here, and I'm thinking about moving this over a tile, so really I should move it over here, huh? I don't like it there. I'm thinking I might move this over one tile so that the power shaft comes up into the middle of a wheel. It's not really a big deal, but I think it'd look a little bit better. So we will slowly work on that. And let's get down here and start putting in a staircase. So I'll have yeah, so the path will be on this part. So let's start building a spiral staircase. Like this. Uh-huh. Come up. There. And a triple. Okay. And a straight one from here. Yeah. All right. Let's get that all prioritized. Cool. So I'm thinking the level of this will actually be... I may be able to move this sluice up one more, because the level's actually gonna... of the bottom of this is going to be one higher. So I might be able to lift that up again, but we'll look at that in a moment. Because this level is the same as this level right here, which is perfect. So that's the bottom of, that's where we want the bottom of our reservoir. So that's what I'm thinking for that. Got these paused for now because we really don't want to build these until the whole bad water extraction system is in, because as soon as you put them in, bad water will flow from them during a bad tide. So we have to make sure we're all set up before that. Cool, so now we're down to the bottom. Let's get some more of this stuff prioritized here so that we can start making progress. Okay, they'll get to work on that, and we will start getting a pathway over to these. Uh-huh. And put in some stairs for now. And now they should be able to get all of this stuff in. Well, not quite. Not quite. We're gonna have a little bit of... I gotta blast this tile so that I can get the sluice in. Okay, that's one down. And perhaps we will just fill this in, because it's all gonna need to get filled in anyway. Again, doesn't need to, but that's how I want this to end up looking. So, nice. Then they'll be able to do most of that. Not this bit, but we could get them there pretty easily with like an overhang, so we will, or a bridge even. Yeah, maybe we'll just throw something in, little tiny bridge to give them access to build all this stuff. Yeah, that should be great. Cool. How's the bottom doing here? We should be getting some tunnel going in, and not yet. Can they actually get down here? No, I've messed up something on this spiral staircase. What did I do wrong? Well, oh man, oh man, bummer. Okay, pause. What's wrong? So that's all good. I think it's at the very bottom, which means I've gotta, oh no, there it was. Ah, man. Oh, that is not quite right, is it? So this needs to be here. Yeah, okay. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, I messed up the very bottom stair. Well, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Now that should be connected, but it doesn't show it right because of this, of course. Okay, and now we need another one here, which should connect there, which should be good. So now we can click on a platform. Yeah, now it's connected. Okay. Slight error. Let's get all this stuff in. Ah! Man, there's some funky stuff going on with the layer tool. Right. Sweet. Ah, yeah. Okay. Alright. Let's also get these things prioritized over here. Let's blow this dynamite again. And what level are we down to? I think we need another 2. And then we can get rid of that. Yeah, perfect. Prioritize that as well. And we are moving. We're moving and grooving. How's the other projects going? Haven't started on any of this stuff. It gave them a ton of other stuff to do, so it's not too surprising. They've gotten all of this done. I think we may have a couple more tiles that we can plant here, so let's... That's the last one there. This one maybe, this one maybe. Yeah, as I suspected, we're having contamination issues, so let's try to put an irrigation barrier just all around here. And then that might make it so that we can get rid of a lot of this stuff. And the bad tide's almost over, so I should perhaps switch my focus over to retrofitting this part. And we still have this power shaft being of vital importance, but it needs to get rerouted at some point. Once we have these tunnel networks established, this poor bot is so... okay, once we have these tunnels in, it'll be a lot easier to route power around the place. We want as many of these underground as we can get. Cool. And then I think if we go prioritize that, and it should get all of this down to here. Beautiful. Right on. Go back up and see how things are going over here. Okay, let's lay out our pumps. How are we going to want these? Doesn't really matter. I would like them to clear these trees, but if we forego that, then we can just start... Oh, that's the wrong one. Just start laying these in with the little bit of platforms over them. So we'll do... Flip it around. Yeah, those will go in there. Cool. We'll get some storage for the bad water in somewhere around here. And yeah, cool. And alright. Bad tide is over. It would have been real nice to see if this worked. I believe this will be perfect for that. So let's come back here. We'll pause. We'll... I think I want the sluice right there. Or is there a better spot for it? So this levee doesn't need to exist. Now let's just start ripping some stuff out. Okay. What if we did this and that? And then we could move the sluice back one. Can't do that quite yet. We could put in another tile right here. Okay. And I believe this can go. Yeah. That can go. And maybe we connect our power. Boy. Sluice is going to stay there for now. And power needs to be there. So we can get another sluice in. Is this where I want it? I don't love it there. It could go... maybe here. Yeah, I feel like that's the spot for it. Yeah. That's the spot for it. And then we can fill in all of this. Yeah. Okay. And the sluice will go there. Okay, so very high priority on everything. In order to move this sluice over, I think I'll temporarily place a... Where is it? A floodgate. It's right here. Temporarily put a floodgate right there, and then that'll allow us to replace this sluice where we want. Okay. Should be getting this stuff all in relatively quickly. And I believe getting these contamination barriers down here means that we can get rid of most of these. That might be a problem, though. So perhaps not. We'll kind of just have to wait for another bad tide to figure that out. Is that what I want? I think so. What does this look like? And then the sluice goes there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and did we lose power to this? No. Yes. We did. We need to get power back as soon as possible. Just having trouble figuring out where I want it to go. Alright, let's... let's get rid of this. They can still get around on the tubeways. So... this gets deleted. Put a sluice in here. Let's say close below. 1. Close above 1. And now we need to get the power over. So power shaft to there. Okay. Right on. Very high priority on all this. Okay. Oh, getting this done before the nighttime would be so good if we could do that, guys. Not gonna happen. I think we're just gonna have to go up to 24 for a little while. I apologize, but getting this power connection back in is quite critical right now. Quite critical. Come on. Please. Please. Come on, please. What happened? We have a ton of unemployed beavers, which I forgot about. We are definitely switching this over to beavers, and we'll unpause one of those, get our beavers employed. We've got a couple bots that are idle. What's going on with you two? Oh, they can't charge because we don't have this network in. Come on, guys, please, please, please. This should have been... I should have done this during a drought, but I was impatient. We're so close. We're so close, guys. Just a tiny bit more. Come on. What is the holdup? What is the holdup? All of our bots have no power. What's going on? Why can't... They should be coming over here to build this. Do they have... Yeah, because they can... Come on, guys, please. What is the issue? Why isn't this getting built? Alright, come on. Yes, thank you. Yes, okay. Alright. Alright. Now our power should be restored. Yep, okay. Crisis not averted at all, but crisis continuing to be a crisis. A bot energy crisis. But, okay, so this can go. Now I feel that I don't want this tile here anymore. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's get pathway back in. Yeah, and even though that was, like, kind of disastrously horrific for us, I think it was worth it because what is happening? What is going on? Oh my goodness, I have made some horrible errors. Because this is all unconnected now? That one path? Oh, it's because the district center. Oh no. Oh no, no. Oh no. Oh no, this is horrible. We've got to get the... Okay, let's just move the district center. We'll move it again. We'll put it... oh man. Oh man, we'll just slap it right there for now. Okay, that gets us... That gets us back functional, I think. Yeah, okay, everybody's thirsty, everybody's hungry. We really need water over here, don't we? We do. There's so many things we need to do. Okay, alright. Wow, that was horrible. But as I was saying, we can't do this during a bad tide, and we're getting another bad tide, so this might end up drying out. This should be going at full power. 2.5 days. We should fill this. We might not fill this enough. We lost several days of water because of our hijinks. Yeah, okay. Well, at least now we have another bad tide. We can see how this is all going to work out if we can get rid of some more of these contamination barriers and all that good stuff. So, yeah, that'll be helpful. And we're very glad that we didn't actually build these aquifers. We can pop this dynamite, and that'll allow us to get our sluice gate in right here. It will allow us to get our sluice gate in. Oh, not until... Well, let's get that prioritized as well. Okay, some minor catastrophes in this episode, but if this all works how I think it should, then because this is like the only connection between up here and down below, unless maybe we'll have some issues with the bad water over here, which I can fix as well if I take out these water wheels. Alright, it's gonna be... We might be fine. I gotta see what happens. I gotta see what happens during this bad tide, and then I'll know a little bit more. So let's check how our tunnel's progressing. Very nice. We need more path. Let's get that in. And they've got this whole thing done. Great. So we can not rip everything out. Can rip out this bit. Right? Because, yeah, it's still connected here. Okay. And then we can fill this back in with terrain. I'll probably end up moving that power shaft again, you know? It's inevitable. Okay. I'm curious to see how this all looks during the bad tide. And let's do a little bit of dynamite. Start from the path, because I did see a beaver over here. Nice. And I'm gonna wait to delete this stuff and move things over. I think I am. Got some idle bots. That's fine. We'll end up getting them some work soon. Oh, they just found a job. Okay, so this is for the power shaft. So let's put those in. We'll pause for a second. Gonna be vertical with an impermeable floor, and vertical with an impermeable floor. Great. Okay, let's go check out this. Whoa! Oh no! Good thing I paused. Close. This should be letting water through, right? Did I accidentally delete? It did have it. Did. Okay, there's some impermeable floors here. What's going on? Should be close below, right? Okay, it was just a little surge there. We may need to take this tile out to hopefully prevent surges like that. Because now we got some bad water splash down here. Looks like it's mixed. Maybe we'll just increase the tolerance on this a little bit. I'm not sure. Okay, let's see what things look like when we start ripping stuff out. Yeah, so we do get contamination down here. but we could... Can't really see the irrigation that well at this time of day. How do we do on our water? We did not get this filled up that well, but I think we'll be okay for a 21-day bad tide. Yeah, so... Man. Yeah, I was afraid of that. So we brought this out 16, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So if I go one more back and then just like throw a bunch of contamination barriers back there, we won't be able to see them anyway, so it should be fine. Up until around here. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just go back one more tile up until like there maybe. All of these, and we'll see if putting some barriers in right there solves the problem. And let's dump this water out into this channel. But I'll raise that back up. Don't wanna lose all that. Okay. I don't remember what height I had this one set to. Okay, it doesn't matter. These can be down all the way. This can be, as long as it's below... Yeah, 0.8's fine. Because this one's 0.9, so it just needs to be below that one. Double check. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Let's go check on our project over here. Need more path. And this is really, all this tunneling is really chewing through our planks. And we can also, we don't need to run any power lines along here. So we can come in to that side and start getting this done as well. So let's do that. And they are getting on with this. So, yeah, we want that to be a platform. We want a sluice right here. And then we can get the terrain back in. This needs to be... does not need to be an impermeable floor. Although, I think if we put a floor in, it's not the same as a barrier, right? I don't think we need one, and I don't think I'm gonna care. I might end up regretting this, but you know, this is how I think I want to do it right now. Okay. And time to finish designing this. Alright, pause for a second. No, keep it going. Alright, so if we put put a 2 height here. And then we can do a 2 by 1 there. We'll want a 3 by 1 here. Okay. This can be a 3. And 2 by 1 can go there. Uh-huh. And then 1 by 1 can go there. Okay. And then we can get a 3, another 2, a couple 2s. Yep. Alright. And then it'll be impermeable floors over all of that. But I think I will hold off on building that one so that we can hopefully still build this aquifer. We established that they can build through impermeable floors though. And they can build through overhangs. So it's totally fine to put these in. Hopefully, hopefully it's totally fine. Impermeable floor. Boom. Okay. And then the sluice for the water is going to come out this way. So this is going to be close above 5. Just say that. It's fine. And this one, close below 5. Awesome. And that is the height I want it, I think. If we have just one extra tile there, it'll be fine. Oh boy, now I gotta do this again. Okay, so I think we've had a 2. And then 2. I think I did something different, but last time, but it doesn't really matter. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, this might as well just be a 3. Oh boy, what have I done? This might as well be a 3. Yeah, okay. And we can do 2, 2, 2, 2. Oh, we still need something over right there, don't we? Yeah, so we'll do a 1. And then one of those. Okay. Cool. I think that was totally different than the last one we did, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. We're not going to see it. And then the sluice goes in right here. And this is close above 5. Close below. Wait. Close below 5. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's all going in. But we still need the tunnel connection before we can put those aquifers in. The tunnel connection, the power connection, all kinds of connections. Maybe it made sense to put this on this side. We can always do some modifications later. Awesome. A lot of haulers with long commutes. That will be the case until we get more of our transit network figured out. But for now, we are working on these aquifers. We'll need a dam for them. Let's get rid of all these trees as well. And let's see if they've started on this. They have. They have not quite gotten to removing the trees yet, though. Let's prioritize these three. I got this in. Cool. That can be open. And I want a larger bad water storage tank in here somewhere. So I think we also prioritize these. Oh, we're still on 24-hour workdays. Whoops. Whoops. Okay, and this is gonna just look a little janky until I can figure out how I want it to be. But there we go. Oh, that's in. Let's prioritize this one. Oh, I also placed the contamination barriers in here while I was offline. I had designed something where I had a pathway up there, but then I didn't like it, so I ripped it out. Cool. Coming along. This is a long-term project. Can we do this? Yeah, make just a little bit more space in here so that we hopefully don't get that surging issue we had. Okay, things are moving along. Maybe I'll time-lapse this for a little while so that we can get this tunnel in. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Do some times 30 speed, get this going. Otherwise we're gonna be waiting forever. I realize this is not connected here. It's gonna be connected later. Now, putting this bad water thing in might cause some issues with our trees up above, and so we'll just have to figure that out later. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to do, and so I guess this is not going to be a time lapse, but just like a times 30 for a while here, just so that we can make some more progress, because this is going quite slowly. I can't quite run times 99 very reliably, especially not when I've got a video rendering in the background. It might be done by now, actually. Like, it's really stuttery. So we'll just stick with times 30 right now. Yeah, the power shaft really might have been better on the other side. It's fine. It's too late now. As long as it is. Yeah. Well, this is our. Yeah, we'll need. It looks like impermeable floors along the whole thing, huh? With the way I could have laid this out differently and not have had to put these in, but they're pretty cheap. They're just one metal, so we'll throw those down because this level above here is going to be our bad water tunnel. We need one here as well. One there. Yeah, they got those in no time. Okay. Now power. Let's bring it out. Plug it in. Plug this one in. Awesome. Okay. Plug that in. Can't plug this in until we get this tunnel done. So let's continue with that tunnel on super speed here. Okay, was there something else I wanted to look at during the bad tide? Yes, I wanted to see if our irrigation barriers, I didn't put them in yet. We'll take off dev mode right now. We'll get the barriers in. Something like that. Looks like we don't need quite this many. So get rid of those. Okay. I'm like, where's our tunnel? It's underground. That's how they work. Since we have our other bad water storage in, let's close this. We'll pause these two, and this guy will pump out all of that bad water. It's gonna need to happen. Yeah, we got this in. That's looking good. They are. We'll pause one of these. I think we've got plenty of bad water income. I'd like this guy to be able to pump that out so that we can start routing this how we want to. It'll be easier if it's dry. It'd be cool if you could get for your beavers. So there's this other game I really like to play called Oxygen Not Included. That might be something that I'd do for a live stream or something like that, if there's any interest. And in that game you can get, it's a similar colony management game, although much more intricate than this one. I love this game, but it's a lot simpler than Oxygen Not Included. and you can get like suits for your pawns. They're called dupes in that game. You can get suits for them, and it'd be kind of cool to have something like that for this game, for like a bad water contamination, you know, suit. But you know, there's bots and districting you can set up to have bots working in the bad water, so you know, you can do that. But kind of a interesting thought, perhaps some suits. Nothing to do in range. That. Who is that? Ah, yes, these gentlemen need more scrap metal. Yet again. So, keep it rolling. We got plenty of stuff for them to do. Turn off dev mode. And I guess we'll come and grab. We need to grab this stuff. Yeah, there's a mine over here too. That's really far away. Bot is out of energy. Okay, you're getting that sorted. Carrying scrap metal. Okay. Okay, and then we just need to get up here and over there. Done. Okay. That's in. Let's do something like that for now. We'll get them to clear this stuff. And we'll get some more scavenging going. And prioritize. Looks like they're getting onto it anyway. So our tunnel finished. Not quite. A few more tiles, and then we can link up the power to our new aquifer. Aquifers. We'll have 2 going after this project is done, which is sweet. We're not quite ready to turn them on yet. I want to build a tank here before we do that. And how's this all looking now in terms of the contamination? Yep, we're all cleared up. So we'll be able to plant back there. What will it look like if I delete a bunch of these platforms, though? Let's do it bit by bit. So these should all be fine. Yeah, yeah. I think it's gonna be totally fine. Yeah, we'll lose. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, really? Oh, okay, that's a problem. Okay, we'll have to fix that before we delete these. Okay, we will look at that more in the next episode. Okay, This tunnel's in. Awesome. Let's demolish the path. Don't really want to demolish the platforms just in case we want to put some stuff on top of them later. And we can get this in. Let's see it turning. Let's see it turning. Make sure these are hooked up. They are not. That'll be hooked up and there. Cool. And there are, it doesn't look like it, but there are impermeable floors on these. Should be all the way down, yeah, all the way here, all the way to there. Right on. Oh, I wanted to do this a little differently. Okay, so here's what I was thinking here. If we can't, can we not get over? We might not be able to get over here anymore. But, so that sluice is right there. So if we get a sluice in, I think I needed this still. No. Okay, that stays. We put a sluice on top of it. Yeah. Then that drops into there and goes into this. This will just be open. But I want to do it this way to prevent backflow. So when we open this channel, if it's not a bad tide, then this will be empty, and then this will flow backwards rather than going up. We'll still have a little bit of stuff kind of trapped in. Well, it won't. I don't know, maybe not, but I still think this is a good thing to do. So let's get them working on that. They can't get to there anymore. Right. Okay, we gotta actually get rid of that so they can finish this. Do I want? Oh man. Oh, hey. Oh, I figured it out. Alt and middle mouse button brings you back to the top. Cool. I'm just wondering if I need like anything else in here while we're at it. I think we're all right, hopefully. Okay. Well, we are getting into the end of the episode territory here. Thanks so much for joining me for this one. We were still kind of all over the place in this episode. That's probably going to be your experience with me. Little bit all over the place, but hey, we got some good stuff done. We got our power shafts in for our new aquifers. We got this all built up and designed and should be working great. Hopefully there's this is arguably something I should have done like in a test map first, but we'll just throw it and we'll just rip it and see how it goes. So yeah, next episodes we'll be getting this stuff filled in and testing it out and seeing if everything works properly, and probably doing some other stuff too. So thanks for joining me. If you made it this far, consider liking, subscribing would be awesome. Comments are great. And that's it for me today. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.